Okay, everyone, welcome to a special outside edition to a kind of a market summary, what's going on right now as we just hit new all-time highs. So, again, I am outside right now. This is something that's probably going to be a more regular occurrence because A, I live in Canada. When we have nice weather like this, really can't be bothered to go inside an office and set up a green screen and do all that. So, I want to be out here for that. And the other thing is with now 2 children in the household, sometimes things get a little bit wild. So let me know how the sound is and what you guys think of this. But for the next little bit, a couple videos a week may actually be outside. So without further ado, we're going to pop in here. And I just wanted to go over quickly, right, the SPY, new all-time highs. Really, what else to say about that? Not only new all-time highs, take a look at this particular bar. We opened right above new all-time highs, tried like for a second to dip and then just rallied all day. If you look at the leaderboard just above my head here, you can see SMH doing very well, UNG was doing well, XLK, which is technology, doing well, XLV, XBI, which is biotech. Everything was doing fantastic today. So this was a nice everything rally and exactly what you want to see when the market is bullish like this. One thing I did want to point out, though, and what was interesting is you can see silver actually leading here. So silver is actually doing very, very well across the entire market, leading this kind of sector watch area that I'm looking at. And then you go out and you say, okay, well, we have this prior high right here. That may act as resistance, but again, really good candle on SLV. If we go to the weekly chart, this is what's really, really interesting. And funny enough, hold on, I got to zoom out here. So you can see the annotation that I have here on the weekly chart. We have these prior highs. They go back now to 2020, high in 2021. This was all I don't know if people remember, the meme mania not only included GME and AMC and a lot of the high short float stocks. They actually went after silver for a while. There was going to be this silver squeeze that was happening. We are right back to that high. Now, I don't think this is a meme-related move, but the fact that we have some resistance here is interesting if we can get through over the next coming week. So I am watching silver to see how we deal with this zone. If it blows through, I may actually pick up some. I am a little bit worried about how extended we are to get here. So ideally, we get some sort of pullback off this level and then a continuation to play or some sort of base break. But other than that, there's not really too much to talk about because the market's just doing amazingly. Now, behind me, I actually have another tree map, another scan. You can try at Trade Ideas and use Stats Edge for 15% off. And what I looked at here was stocks with a high short float that were up on the day. If we look at GME and AMC and all of these, we know how this story is going to end. Anyone who thinks it's different, I'm sorry, but I do have a bridge to sell you. That's a really nice bridge. So we know how all these are going to end. But relative strength and the concept that I teach with relative strength, I believe works on everything. So that means that if people are going after heavily shorted names, when you have something like GME that was down 25% today and is now down a bunch more after hours, what you want to do is you want to, in my opinion, look for things that weren't down. So MSTR and Mara, for example, are heavily shorted names that were up today. And that's going to be due to the amazing move that happened in Bitcoin that not a lot of people are talking about because they're talking about a lot of these other moves. But stocks like MindMed, for example, which we've talked about on the podcast a few times, had a nice rally off this lower trend line. If we can continue to move here as the original meme stocks start to fall, I think that could be a good place to focus, is again just moving to where these where the money is flowing into. The idea, if we all remember the meme stock mania last time, SYM is another great example, but if we all remember the meme stock mania last time, what happened was there was the original push in GME and AMC, but then that moved over to Blockbuster, Bed Bath & Beyond, Nokia, all kinds of other names that no one really heard of, and no one really heard of again. But it meant that there was these kind of flash in the pan moments for them. So what I'm looking for is high short float names that are holding up well trading them like I always would, but just knowing that shorts may be a little bit more nervous in this environment and then look to cover. So that includes silver, if you believe the whole silver squeeze kind of thing, right up near these highs, but then also talks about MindMed, also talks about Mara. I was on a Twitter space showing that people are pretty short Bitcoin and got short Bitcoin last week. So that could cause these to move. SYM, this is a very nice looking chart with a 29% short float as well. So that's just my thoughts of kind of what's going on. I want to make more videos, but again, I'm spending way more time outside because I'm Canadian and it's summer. So I'm just going to bring you guys with me. Until next time, I'll talk to you soon. As always, go over to statsedgetrading.com, sign up for the free email list there so you don't miss anything, and I'll talk to you soon.